this back. Okay, got it. Thank you. It's probably, did you start to record right now? Yeah, yeah. If you still hear me, we're at the end of the presentation, and you have a link to my personal website and a link to install Revolut if you would like where the referral link. If you don't have it yet, it should be pretty straightforward. You just get the card and easily top it up and start buying crypto stocks, whatever you want. It's really versatile. And yeah, just thank you so much for your attention, and I hope we can answer every question that you have.
Thank you for this fascinating talk. I learned a lot. I wanted to ask you like one but long question. So the big ICO boom was happening in 2017, 2018. And I mean, like if you compare to like previous like big finance boom, like .com, like after .com, we got like eBay, Amazon, but and now it's like 4 years later, this big ICO boom. And there is not like much like, you know, really big company materialize out of it. And as you mentioned yourself, like the company which you started and raised a lot of money on ICO ultimately failed. So maybe ex post, it shouldn't receive this amount of funding. And as you also said now that it's much more difficult to receive funding for the companies at the very early stage of development. So basically, my question is like, do you view this ICO boom as like something positive or something negative? Because a large fraction of the companies which raise money on ICO were outright scams. Then probably another large fraction of companies which shouldn't receive the funding I mean, they were not outright scams, but the company which shouldn't receive a funding in the normal circumstances.
Yeah, definitely. It's not like, you know, all white and all black, blue or green, or what do you say, red and blue? I don't know. So it's like you can find positive and you can find negative. Negative is that you can easily be fooled. And you know, it really works for some reason. Even myself, like I was involved in a scam, even though I am a technical person. Okay, I know that things can go wrong, but the scam was so nicely assembled that it made me think and believe that, oh, it is a real thing and I can easily profit in it. It made me think like this, and boom, I lost a few hundreds of dollars, but that was scam. That is like a small scam on the blockchain, but doesn't matter. It's like the same thing can happen on a bigger scale, right? On a scale of the company. When whoever starts the company, they do a lot of, you know, fake child companies. They like fake documents. They do something bad, and then. Basically, it doesn't exist even legally, or just copy the company that exists, but they pretend to be that company. That's also very often. Yeah. And yeah, they profit from it. This is a very sharp edge of blockchain. It's like, personally, I perceive it as, you know, it is your, still like the very first condition when you enter crypto, it's your money. And you're responsible, and you're the only person who's responsible for it. So it's like whenever you have crypto, it is your responsibility to ensure you're not involved in scams and everything like that. And it's basically, yeah, it's not good, absolutely not good when people, just, you know, I know people who work continuously to fool people. There are even like groups of people who just, you know, come to the office. They never tell anyone what they do, but they just like continuously, day to day, they work to fool people. These things, I think, legally, it's absolutely justified. Like if someone finds out about their activities, then yeah, come and bust them. You know, like find them. That's not good. That's not humanity thing. But when it comes to exactly like a technology, right? From a technology standpoint of view. Whenever you do something on a blockchain, and you don't understand what you do, or you believe someone and you just like believe, oh, my money will grow or something, right? That also carries a part of your own responsibility, and you need to think like, whatever I'm doing isn't me, right? And it's very easy to unfortunately get scammed even nowadays. Nowadays, the scammers are very tricky. Like you can easily find Telegram channel, for instance, that shares crypto news, and you can follow this Telegram channel for half a year without the problem. And then when it finally gets like 50,000 subscribers or whatever, you get the opportunity, like the channel is like, oh, you can invest in this. This is a good project. And whoever invests in that project will be just like immediately, scammed because the project is fake. You didn't check the smart contract code or whatever. Yeah, didn't read the news and everything. There are definitely like precautions as an investor that you can do. Investors, even though they invest in crypto, they can easily ask the company to do a legal contract. And that's most of investors, of course, it's like whenever you talk about high amounts, like if you are just retail investor, you just put a few thousands and you don't care. Maybe scam, maybe not. But if you're like putting millions, what you do is typically do a legal contract. You know the company that you're investing in, and you just claim that this investment is done in some other currency. Though not all companies also very keen to this scheme, because obviously taxes and other consequences that may follow, like United States and the rest of the world, like some jurisdictions doesn't allow you to invest to other jurisdictions. That's a bit crazy. So sometimes it goes like in a way of more like trust over something else. Like you can even, basically like check the company, can meet people.
In your view, what is the biggest success story of the company which raised money on during the ICO boom?
Like are you asking about one of the most successful companies, or are you asking about what makes them successful?
No, or like the example of the most successful company.
So I'm not exactly sure like about the most, but I definitely know a few successful ones, like the D Market I mentioned. They started the same way as Dream Team, right? Dream Team didn't find the market fit, but the market, they did find it, and it was tough. It was tough, like they had to also fire people at some point, but it was tough, but they survived and they passed that threshold, and they now stay in the market still, and sometimes get the emails from there, right? And they were basically, what they do is they sell skins for games. And maybe if they have more capacity or investments, they could maybe scale to something else. But to my visibility, they stayed in the same niche. They followed. Just one of the examples, but pretty successful by now. Other ones, it's I could probably like list them on a paper before the meeting, but right now not a lot of names came to my mind except for what I work with on a regular basis. Like some companies doesn't even have tokens, ICOs, right? They start with the infrastructure solution, for instance, and they sell it for crypto. Like doesn't matter what crypto, or sell it for fiat money. This is a regular company, but just doing a crypto stuff. They basically also successful. They like some of the companies that we have for now, like exchanges, provide infrastructure providers. Some companies that follow this bridging, like there is a company that does a bridge between, like they abstract the bridge. The bridge itself is a very hard and complex thing, but they abstract it away and they provide a nice API for you as a as a backend or whatever. You can like easily use it to bridge one asset to another chain. And they do provide the solution. They basically seeded with a lot of investors, and they are feeling good. And then they introduced like the pricing, and they will like split profits. they take a fee. The 50% fee will go to a company, another 50 will go to whoever, the beneficiary who uses the company's tools. Yeah, so it's like there are what do you call, like business cases that you have and that work. And most of these business cases, as a technical person, I know in a perspective like technical words, so that you have ENS, for instance, quite successful. Unstoppable domains as well, like ENS and unstoppable domains, they sell domains. They are first to figure out the resolution, and they are first to push this resolution algorithm to any other company. First to pioneer it, and then now we have like all the libraries in Ethereum that resolve domains. They use unstoppable domains or ENS under the hood. There's like people integrated with them, and there is no way back. Actually, there is maybe someone who can appear, but it will be so difficult for them to, get into the domain namespace market, because they will need to change a lot of things. Yeah, I hope that answers the question more or less.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Very good. Does anyone else have the questions, like especially virtual students and the students present in the room? Maybe not even the students.
Students are a bit shy, it seems. Or maybe, if like nobody else wants to ask a question, I would like to ask another one. Like now there is a lot of fuss about this Ethereum 2.0, and what your view on it?
Yeah, perfect. It's like one of the things I didn't tell in the presentation. Layer 2 scaling, infinite scaling using layer 2. It's like right now I've seen even solutions. It's probably by ZK Sync and these guys that you have multi-layer scale, layer 3 or layer, I don't remember what they call it, but it was announced just recently that it's going to be like a tree structure of layers of scaling. This is crazy. Like, to my opinion, my very first opinion when I learned blockchain, and it's still the same opinion after learning whatever we have in the space. It's like, it's better we have one blockchain that is scalable on the layer 0. It's like, the blockchain itself is scalable instead of, whatever scaling solution you can come up with. And logically, if you look at this scaling, right, layer 2, layer N, you can also kind of wrap it up. Let's imagine like no Ethereum works right now. If you start from scratch, you can probably wrap all these layers into one substantially good thing from the beginning that will be like that will have a standardized API. When you talk to it, you don't think of layers. You just talk to it, right? Like right now, you talk to Ethereum, and yeah, everything, all the magic happens just below that level. So this is like the ultimate thing that we should probably land on. Many blockchains, like there are blockchains like Solana, there are blockchains like even Polygon, EVM compatible, and basically like EVM blockchain. Others, they are quite close to this, high throughput thing. They still don't solve the infinite scalability. And yeah, to my knowledge right now, it's still yet not solved. And people try to solve it temporarily as a layer N technology. That's like my personal view. And naturally, later, what I would expect is this layer 2, layer N, to naturally progress into some design of blockchain that will abstract these layers away and will just provide you the API to just use it. Don't think of the layers. That is common. And I believe this will get abstracted. ZK-Sync is basically a very great layer scaling solution itself. I know the guys. I know my friend that works there. Sorry, again, says my connection is unstable. Sorry. Let me know if you can hear me. and they do really cool crypto stuff. But I believe like eventually this is a temporary thing, that eventually some ultimate blockchain should like come up, and that will be like not maybe the blockchain, but ultimate technology that will say, okay, we now scale like, you know, layer and scaling, and just have the one platform that abstracts this way and make it easy to work with the blockchain. In a few years, like imagine the UI tool, like a visual tool that you use to build smart contracts, and you doesn't care how does it work, how does it scale. You just build a contract for your friends or for your for the guy who rents you the apartment. You just build a smart contract with him visually. Say like if you don't pay in 5 days, like you'll be charged this what do you call, like deposit that you put on the smart contract, right? And you put the deposit and the smart contract starts working. You have an NFT token that tells you which apartment you live in. You have probably like some soulbound tokens or whatever the concept would be to identify you and your landlord. So it's like maybe not in a few years, but definitely in a perspective of like 10, 20 years, I would expect blockchain to be slowly natively integrated to a lot of very common spheres, like even, you know, renting the apartment should be covered.
Thank you, Nikita. So we sort of
the question.
We sort of run out of time. So thank you for this interesting and insightful presentation.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely a pleasure to be speaking here today, and yeah, hopefully you learned a lot, and that also opened a lot of opportunities for you, like to think about.
I personally did learn a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That's great. Nice to hear. Thank you a lot, and bye-bye. Have a good day, all. So I'm gonna stop the screen share. Oh, it's not shared, okay. And yeah, I'll disconnect. Bye-bye.